NAVI to get back into this one. Smokes continuously put through. The spam has done quite a bit of damage, and nades being placed, but Tomazi already winning another battle in towards that hookah position. I don't see a way back into this for NAVI.
Yeah, good lurk out by Tomazi. Too many players spotted an elbow that distracts them, draws their eye. And although he goes down eventually, it looks to be done and dusted. Zipan trying to land that extra shot on Shin. Would have left him in a winnable 1v. To get damage done even with that bind. The flash is perfect. The swing on the back of it even better. And Xiao gets out with 2. It could have been more, but 2 is still good enough. Artist tucked in on the side is baiting. Trying to draw their eye again, but Angel's being spotted. Artist dealt with, and the pistols are forced back. At least most of them are. Zipan's gone swinging into heavy traffic. Ends up flattened. And with damage done to Narrate, yeah, Navi could make this costly, but the chances of winning from here, very low.
Yeah, the only real thing would be is if they can gain some of the weaponry back. But it doesn't look like there's much to really be found. I think they have an idea of where these players are going to be. Sugetsu manages to get a couple off the back of it.
Now it's so should be able to get the plant down, but it looks like Angel wants the TP. Pick up a weapon along the way. 35 health. Not a favorable position to play from, and that nade could block him out, but instead, somehow, Martin. A pretty tough choice. Going through this smoke, you know they might have rotated. As we can see, there are 4 players waiting for these attackers to walk out, and once the flashes subside, the kills come in far too quickly. A clean follow-up with only Angel falling.
Nade or whatever they like to try and just go for the plant denial. Thrash is going to find absolutely nothing, and Sugetsu's going to use this to try and reclaim some space. There is the Dizzy from the other side with a flash through, but he still wins his battle. The trade's back, though, from Martin, and Narrate are fantastic. Leaving things onto just one. Martin attempting to try and do it all, and he's going to take down the final player of Artist.
3-1, KC leading, but Navi have something up their sleeve. Viper's Pit deployed, and the rocket doesn't get fired out in time. Sugetsu holds his ground inside of Hookah, and again, KC's aggressive push is put to a stop. Narrate is taking a lot of damage in that corner. He's gone down to the snake bite. An interesting decision. Perhaps he thought he'd get the upper hand as Sugetsu went walkabouts. Instead, he has perished to a snake bite. It's
Viper's Pit is available, but they're actually just going to go peeking. Angel goes down. Maybe not expecting anybody to swing that wide. Tomazi also given another opportunity. The nade is going to leave Shin at least a little bit lower, but a round that was looking done, well, it now starts to look a little bit more done with Shin dropping to the judge.
Yeah, Tomazi was even trying to catch an angle as Xiao came out or as someone emerged from spawn, but he's caught in the back. Too many players on NAVI still floating around. Magnum needs a big old play to make this happen. 1 flash still to work with, and 1 kill found, but that is where it ends. 3-2. They're right back in.
Be utilized if they're able to do a significant amount of damage, and while the one weapon, it may have only been a stinger, has passed hands within the first seconds of the round.
Rough timing by Artist there. He's caught with a little shot, but still they need to follow up on him, and to do that, they've got to get through Xiao, and that ain't happening this time around. Spike down inside Hookah, player down on A-Long. And with this, it's just Narrate. Sheriff in hand, 1 versus 5.
Oh, that's a brilliant trade for KC. I don't think they were ever expecting to get an ult out of it. Now, though, back towards this B site. Angel is still in this corner, hasn't been cleared, but it's only going to be the one. Even still, it gives the information over to Xiao. Viper screen immediately goes up, and he's just looking to brawl, but he loses this time.
And Toxins weren't there to keep it on up, and Martin caught around the side. What's happening with Artist? It just found 3 kills, quick as can be, but Magnum somehow stands to equalize it. A 1 versus 1, Sugetsu, who's been taken cat and mouse for now. The first tap should draw Magnum, but he's not afraid. He thinks it's all a bait, and what a way to read that ruse. 3 kills for Magnum, and a Red Bull
within that faded smoke. And now we're going to see the second usage of that thrash. This time they are pushing off it.
Oh, no chance for Angel to trade, though. Could be good for Xiao if it wasn't shut down so quickly. Tomazi there to play, and with a Viper's Pit still to work with, this could be the round where we see it get used. In fact, he's the one planting. And you won't be finding Viper all too soon either, because you've got a lot of players up close ready to take Tamazi's place in these duels. The fight around the back sees one kill traded out, but with the spike still to be touched, that's where the real problem comes in. Of course, the pit doesn't fully cover, but they believe they've got utility, and they've certainly got the positions to fight back with time ticking away. A kill is needed very soon for NAVI, and in fact, they'll find two. Now it goes back to winnable with no snake bites. Tamazi has to run in, shorty in hand, and he can't get there in time. Just about.
KC switching it up. Tamazi's positioning could be perfect. He's waited, but actually Xiao just gets the perfect timing. Shin goes aggressive, and whoa, this very quickly has divulged into madness. So many individual fights being taken, and all of them being won by NAVI. It leaves Narrate alone. You know that you don't want to give this man too much. They're just throwing their utility at him. He found 3 in quick succession. Down to just 38 HP, in fact 20, as the spams do even more. He needs to hit these final shots, and he needs everything to miss from the side of NAVI. You said he'd been a little quiet so far, but you can see that NAVI are giving him the respect he deserves at this stage. Sitting back within, he's found his 4th of the round. May not know the shout's there, but he's able to reposition. He's able to fall back towards this B side.
Very early on, Narrate thought he heard him drop down, but it was a fake cue. Xiao now knows where his opponent is. Thrash won't be here to help. It has to be the shot connected from Narrate. The ace just a bullet away! There it is! Very quickly, the nade already dug deep, and the shots, they're not really hitting. Narrate answers right back with a clean shot. The advantage now swings towards KC, but the spike has been planted. A chance for them to hold on to control, but they are being flanked on every which side, and these players now separated out, isolated in every duel. Molly line up for Xiao. Maybe he can buy a little bit more time, but Angel's gonna have to go nuclear on this side. Good luck to him. He doesn't even get the one.
The Molly. That's at least there, but as you said, we now need back-to-back 1v5s, and they're not going to allow that. Instead, it's the opposite. Needs slip. When it's going well for Carmine Core, they really do seem to just run away with these matches, and I think every little thing that could have gone right has done. Martin has said he's been the best player in the server so far. He just got wrecked with Artis on a classic. Let's see what he can do with this gun.
Well, not much for a second. Stunned up, few shots through, and that one lands eventually. Artis down, but they're defending that weapon still. Players taking fights across the board, and it's Narrate that's mostly on the other side of it. KC finding themselves another round and a big build up. Narrate's going to take that defeat. Has had one hell of a year so far. The year's only barely started, but he's been so impressive. A lot to be done by NAVI to fight their way back through. That's a good start with Shin down, and even managing to take Martin.
It does seem like NAVI, they don't get those opening battles. They barely want any opening duels, but when they have been good, it's been a response. Their 4v5 stats must be pretty decent at this stage. For Tamazi, it's about damage. Can he remove any extra weaponry? A first goes his way, but I can tell you now, there shouldn't be anybody peeking. Especially with the util that's there, and eventually, Artis is going to be the one. Magnum's actually a little bit lucky to even be surviving at this stage. Narrate needs to win this battle, and no, it's his counterpart, his doppelganger, that takes him down. And unfortunately for them, it's the pistols mostly that are surviving. Zipan looking like he's closed this one with Tamazi again, just looking for damage. A headshot to either Zip.
Reigns were eased up on. They were in a 5v1. They felt like it was their round, or a 4v1, and they went swinging.
Use all of that to take out their utility. Martin still does well. Zipan should get a trade. No, actually, it's just damage. A lot of damage, in fact, that's been done. Magnum's not going to be able to survive any longer, but Shin does a little bit more. Narrate with the spam, but Zipan again, he's now tagged down to 5, and it's left all on to Sugetsu. The 1 versus 2 hits that first shot. Tries to bait in Tamazi. It's going to be Viper on Viper. Timing here for Tamazi looks pretty good, but round the corner goes Sugetsu. The poison orb, and he's going to drop it just in time to take him down.
Falls back. Seekers confirm what he's seen, but that could be a little bit of a problem. I believe that player is detained, is caught, but the TP comes through from KC to conserve the numbers. Narrate picked up a double on the run through. The spike was in their spawn. It didn't matter about bot was from far away. They might not clear the corner on the way through with so many players here. Orbital Strike draws their eye. And now here's the opportunity for Tamazi. So low on HP, but Narate capitalizes as they look to trade. Now, I don't know how Tamazi got the second one. Still on 24 health. He's here if Sugetsu wins it. Give him the win.
Yeah, I think he's given up at this stage. 12 seconds, otherwise the map is done, and it is dusted. KC will take their opponent's map choice. He's already running it down.
Oh, he's having to move out of the way quickly too. Can't quite move quick enough, but the trades come in. And Magnum is forced out of the B site by the looks of things. KC already going to be finding themselves in the back foot. Never mind. That was a blind spray through the smoke. Magnum's got a big smile on his face, and he's right to putting the numbers in their favor. The damage down as well, with Xiao tagged up a little bit. KC can group up and work this one together. Still the flash on Narate to make their way through, and a wingman to help on the defuse. This is going to be a strong round for KC as they get some information on the way through. Player on left blinded up and not taken out. In fact, it's the shock dart that finds a kill, and Xiao triples up. Now it's all Tamazi, and the shoe has quickly found itself on the other foot. NAVI! Looking at the HPs, it's not even a lick of damage done in return. Until then.
The bitch bang curse is even greater. Well, Ardis again, cleaning up some of these kills. To clarify, this is the first time we're ever going to see Zipan playing the Neon. Normally, if he's on a duelist, it was always a Raze. We never really saw him on anything else. It was mostly Ardis in that role. I guess he just likes the pacey movement characters. That's what we're talking about. The agents that give him that maneuverability. And again, we say this a lot, Tamazi is going to be there to try and do some extra damage. Now, he is someone going into this series I really want to highlight. Maybe not so much in this position. I don't think it's possible. Into position.
Oh, looking to take this one pretty quickly. Magnum's already been dropped in the way through, and an isolated Shin has every direction to look at. Not quite able to catch the player that was stunned up, and now they're closing the distance, looking to take the fight themselves. 5 versus 2, 5 versus 1, falling like flies on the side of KC. And Tamazi.
You see the stuns from Zipan is basically just put into those backlines. They're trying to jump in off the flash. They can't because they're stunned in a corner. For Tamazi, this now comes down to, can he hold on to his gun? And while he is doing well, at least in the initial fights, but it is going to be...
And it felt like there was no way to take their foot off the gas once they got going. For now, that won't be happening, as we already see Magnum go down, and it's not like you can really follow up on that trap from the current positions. Some easy space taking for the side of Navi, as long as they can avoid these pistols, maybe even the stinger too, because Narate's got a double. And now the round is winnable again for the defensive side with the spike dropped out in the open. And it's not like they've got anyone that makes
us distract, as he will get the afterplant.
Reposition for the Paranoia. I love it. It hasn't caught them, but it's forced them into a wider angle. Sugetsu down, and they know where Angel is, but look at the damage done. Already just 5 HP on Martine. It has to be Shin to help him out in this fight. They need to swing together, and the trade is found. Shin with a wall bang headshot.
Looking to just blitz this, which is exactly what it's going to do. Overdrive in play, looking for that fight onto Shin, and will find it. The rest of the team are able to rotate quite quickly, but they're taking damage as they do. Narate does well on the trades, and it's going to be down to just Tamazi, the rotator. But he almost has to fight this quick, otherwise they're going to have too many players to deal with.
And play this round on their own.
Okay.
2 feet.
Down A.
1 kill already. And the low HP artist hasn't yet been spotted, and Tamazi's spidey senses are tingling. He has to give away his position. And artist was more than ready to find him.
Rifle, and he is just TP'd forward into mid. No chance of retrieval if he goes down, and he does immediately.
They're gonna fight for this space. Yeah, there's no way you just leave this rifle on the floor, the flash used, but here's a Paranoia Xiao. He's in a lot of danger with that nade, almost goes down. Despite how close they've made some of these duels, just 4 HP. Xiao is clinging to life, but he'll continue to cling. Artist won't.
Yeah, showstopper available, but again, you're
no way.
Almost looking at a kill or two first. There needs to be something, and Sugetsu hits the timing. Nigh on perfect. 5 and almost walk it through, and there is that Hunter's Fury. Hasn't connected on that first player. Hoping for a little bit more, but they haven't really got anything from it whatsoever. Tamazi, though, this time falls immediately in the trade. Whoa, it's a little bit labored. Magnum's still alive. Shin has now come onto the table as well, and now, well, with all the ults just still in play, still being used along the way. NAVI don't really stand a chance.
No, well, the 6 seconds left on the clock certainly doesn't help out, nor does the disadvantage in players that continues to stack up. Sugetsu now.
Already. And Angel now leading the way. They did the same again. Flashed off his drone. He's not going to find anything for it. And even though they got into the site, they've lost that first man.
They found my wire.
They have. The NAVI love to fight from behind. This is somewhere they find value again and again. See if they can make it work this time, as the plant still needs to go down. Martin falls, and the aggression from Sugetsu shouldn't be expected. The flash is good, and Tamazi's follow-up even better. Now the info, as the hat comes off the head, Thrash finds its mark. And Angel, well, he's all alone up against the full might of KC minus Martin, and that's two.
Unfortunately, because of that lockdown, they're not going to be able to do anything to deny this plant.
No Angel's here now. That flash was thrown up and over. Paranoia through. Good double to start with, and Tamazi's not letting go. They know where Angel is. They've known the whole time. Now they can narrow it down to just the one player, and no defuse necessary, because they still haven't got this in them here. The series could go to 3. We need this attack side to show us a few more, and a few more rounds. And this is not a good start. Traded out early. Martin stays alive.
Yeah, it's one of those scenarios where I don't think Zipan is expecting 4 players to be peeking mid, and are actually going to go pushing it, realizing that the gun is there. Sugetsu, though, now they get the firefight, and it's Sugetsu to clear them all up. Tamazi, he said he's just better. He's got to try and do exactly the same. A second one, though. They're just facing up against this guy. Finally, they're going to go and get themselves a post plan. I've been waiting for it for a couple of rounds, but they didn't need to fight him. And now, one away from the neural theft, he gets a kill here. And he's already on a fast flank. Might not necessarily be expected. In fact, Xiao is just going to go walking in. Lucky for him that he survives, and Artis is there as the backup plan, but notice they are going straight through. They've had a lot of success getting into the B site, but the retakes have been solid. Martin again, Tamazi from the back, already giving them a double man advantage. A post plant should down to 50 HP through the boxes. Last pack in the back, another one going through, and the push will come on the back of it. Not going to catch either player in the crossfire. Still good, but the defuse underway. Half already, and there's no chance to answer back. The 50 HP Angel was all that was left, and he deals the Fury online, and the plant coming through. But the big deal is that showstopper. Martin picked up an orb earlier on and now has it online to work with. Magnum dropped right off rip. But now they'll look to entry back through, and here it comes. The showstopper any moment now as the nade goes through to the right. Martin gets up nice and close. Blast packs in play. Does he find his mark on the way through? They've fallen back, and he will find Xiao. But at what cost? The trade out. It forces him into the angle. The Hunter's Fury firing off all the while, and now they can spray up against that wall. Not finding a kill as they do, but the shots coming back confirmed. There's 2. They know this round is already in the books for the side of NAVI, and the round not going to matter what happens afterwards as the half comes to a close. KC have a lot of players to deal with on the way through, but that blind is perfect. No chance for Sugetsu to fight. Xiao, though, does some damage on the cross. Angel down as well, and KC yet to find an angle to fight from. Looks like just recovering that wingman and not going to main. Smoke online for Shin, but not used. They just want to fight this, and it's worked out to start. That was disgusting. Peeking ahead of the util. This time, though, the trade is in. Information should be grasped, but they don't actually spot the third player. That could put a little bit of doubt in the minds of this Na'Vi side. The spam not connecting anything, but now they need to get onto this. Sugetsu can only find one, but they are sticking it on that defuse. They've made it to half, but both players are within one shot. In fact, all it takes is one bullet. Yeah, the problem is there really isn't any real weaponry to play with. They're just going to have to be hopeful some mistakes are made, some shots are whiffed. And well, you can see, at least for now, that's not happening. Martin just farming up the frags, looking to get ever closer to that showstopper, which will still be relatively far away. The player's low, there are still opportunities. Now, he's been given the pistol because they want him to actually hunt. If he goes down, it's not a problem. They'll still have themselves the weapon for the next round. And for Angel now, try and find someone on 14 HP. It isn't going to happen. Score some utility that can buy extra time. I think that's the main goal. It's not worked out, though. Sugetsu goes peeking. Zipan is caught trying to fight into mid. It's not going well for the side of NAVI until Xiao at least manages one. It's 2. He's on the boost. That's such a common spot for Omen players.
30 seconds left.
Knife gets nothing, so you start the rotation.
start to think about where these players on the attack could be taking the spike. That's why we see Angel on the other side of the map, but Artis has to stand strong, and it's only one kill found. Now they move ever closer. Rash is used, of course. They expect more players to be here, but it is wide open for the taking. The plant needs to be safe, and it looks to be. Nothing to really push them out. Angel might have a shock dart ready, but he's got his rifle in hand instead, looking for the fight. They're separated. Shock dart through to force him into Xiao's waiting arms. It's only Narrate left. One of the strongest players we've seen in quite a while, but he's got to get on that spike. It's being defused as we speak, and he's forced into two different angles. No way to win that with Angel landing an 8th round for Ansel. They've now spotted 2 players towards the spawn. They know exactly where these defenders are. They might not know that there's 4 players on B, though. It's stacked up. Martin on his way through. Good rocket. It hasn't found the kill. In fact, these players still on NAVI are dishing out damage. 3 versus 2, down to a 2 versus 1. But Tamazi has to retrieve that spike, and, well, if he sprints through, he's going to pick it up for free. He's in and he's out.
An immediate shot, and the reveal available. Timing here is going to be absolutely everything, but Angel just slightly ahead of
this position, but now spotting a passive Xiao. Start to realize what you're truly up against. And a spam from Artis gets a kill.
Yeah,
I mean, that is just unfortunate.
Cleared one out. Angel's repositioned, but it's a little bit labored. And then look like they're still tempted to fight this. Bear in mind, the weaponry is so far in Navi's favor that they don't really have a need to take gambles here. It's worked out for Artis, though. Winning every single fight put in front of him. On for the ace, as Magnum is the only man remaining. May just try and get a plant in. Instead, though, he's going to go pushing. He wants to give Artis a fight, and Artis will take it.
Ready to go, rifles in hand, but the main thing I'm looking at is Narrate. He's got his ultimate. It's not going to be used. Instead, it's just Martin going out. Their own recon drone.
Well, from 0 to 0. Artis already gone. Pop flash over the top. Angel and Xiao already again is these preemptive retakes, but grouping up as a unit. Sugetsu has been able to find a gap. Martin low, but a high-low setup makes this fight fairly awkward. Maybe not quite in line, though. That will leave it up to Magnum. 2 kills already to his name. 2 more needed to be found. And he's going to have to take a peek around this. Does manage the kill onto Sugetsu. Just 5 HP remaining for him. And while Xiao, I think it's the Sova KO combo. They normally find something. And while they've spotted one in the back of mid, Angel doesn't need to overface this now that they've got that man advantage.
Cage trigger.
That drone just spotted 2, maybe even 3 players on mid.
Shock dart.
Good bit of information to play
30
with.
seconds left.
Although the shock might not find its mark, NAVI just need to sit back as Thrash comes through. Clears out some space, but a glorified recon drone, and indeed cancelled out by the ult in play. A good attempt by Magnum to find value, but spotted with perfect timing from Xiao. The defensive side stacks the advantages now. 5 versus 3 as Hunter's Fury is called in, and another nail in the coffin of this round. It was almost a guaranteed kill for the Hunter's Fury, but Artis went swinging ahead of it, leaving Tamazi on 5 HP, trapped in a corner. To even get out of here with on the pushes again and again. 5 rounds in a row for KC to get back into this one, and the blast pack hasn't worked out. Straight into the path of the bullets of Navi. The wall up, and Shin will try to cross. He'll get safely into the corner. But Xiao is around here, looking to drop them even as Artis is pushed back, and he'll just about make it out.
Yeah, they had to retreat. Neural theft gave them away. Drone will do the same on the other side, but Narrate is going to deny them at least a little bit of extra space. Still the rotation coming through from Sugetsu. A single kill for him will get his ult online. Spotting a player in the back corner, but again, this group up, this aggression coming out. It comes down to the 1v1, and Sugetsu is going to be there to close it. Locked down for a little bit of a celebration, but ultimately, once again, Navi lose their own map. They go into their opponents, and guess what? The exact same scoreline the other way around.
We almost should have seen this coming, Tom. You know, I feel like we've let you down. Already slowing down the heaven drop, fragmenting the push to site. They'll try to scrap with the players on ramp, already dropping Magnum, and now Sugetsu's on the right clicks. He's found himself a double, and they haven't seen Artis either. Oh, it's looking beautiful. It's looking clean, and it finds 1 round.
You even see that Xiao, though, is still there.
Cover going.
Yeah, again, that PC utility being used, the paranoia, it will often grab the rotations. It'll draw the eye, but not this time. Push out, not even going to allow that spike to be planted, with Zipban picking up every which kill 4 away from the showstopper in round number 2, and still a few kills to be picked up. They know Martin was on the ramp earlier on, and he is slowly making his way towards this site. Angel about to spot him, and there's the information sealed away. And Angel will be hunting him down. So, what can they possibly do from this position? 40 seconds, a ton of utility, spike down on B site, and Martin's being caught in the open. Doesn't look like we're going to see anything, but damage, well, he'd need 3 kills before NAVI felt the sting of it.
30 seconds left.
I think just having a little run around, trying to find something. Shin will at least. The fake out is going to give away that the players coming in on A, where all of the NAVI members are waiting.
So ready for this fight. Sugetsu's good for the first, but Magnum's done a world of good for this attacking side with 10 seconds left. They set foot on the site, and the spike will see the floor in the last couple of the round. KC 3 versus 1, and it's the leader of NAVI leading by example this time if they're to have any chance. And well, that paranoia has sealed his fate. 1 round on the take. It doesn't look like it will find any fruit. Said he has to be swinging as they make their way out onto the side, and it's a very narrow gap in margin for him to take, but he'll find one off the reveal. The snake bite is perfect, and Tamazi even swings in for a headshot on Xiao. That one was a little quicker than I thought. Once the first bullet was fired, it was only a second until the round was decided.
Yeah, the utility combos there were perfect. Magnum having his siege for the late round, stopped the first players coming through. Then they had a snakebite that went a lot deeper to hold them in place, even getting a kill itself. And then you had that contact
over in the haunts, but nothing else afterwards. They maybe have given it up. They're rotating, but no, there's a judge close.
Spike down, B.
And now they start to realize what was going on. Why everything got so quiet so quickly. The advantage be yours. The lead can stay to NAVI.
Oh, the thing is though, Angel, he's actually going to go pushing. He manages to get 2 of that. I felt like he should have been dead almost immediately. And just catching them a second time. You got to feel foolish for KC at this point. 2 aggressive pushes, 2 with massive success, and even the stinger.
Hasn't been activated just yet, but as the ults come in and the players cascade onto the site, here comes the rocket. A big opportunity, and it's found 2. Zipan on point with his 3rd shot, swinging in for more, and he'll eventually be shut down. But he's done his job, and he's done enough. 3v1, and Magnum has to dig deep to have any chance at taking this across the line. They know where he is. The C's is perfect, but he was already low.
It's awkward situations for KCorp, and well, they don't have that much to play with in this round. In fact, it's diminishing as seconds go by.
Well, you heard Angel at the end of the last round of the replay. He was saying, I'm a genius. And it was the ult on A that gave them all the information. He called for the early rotate. It was well managed. But now that they're up against the lighter buy, they've picked off Tamazi easy. The numbers locked in their favor, 4 versus 2. Spike was dropped earlier, could now have been retrieved. But look at the reposition by Sugetsu as well. Up close, Narrate doesn't have anything to clear this corner, bar a nade. Of course, it would be blind. It's more the boombot not being there. He can't get the information. Swing is good. I like the idea by KC. They're giving themselves a chance. That chance quickly fades away in the face of Zipan.
They're going to send the fake out in.
They know he is.
Showstopper going to be used, and Sugetsu goes down to it.
That's so smart. Yeah, the decoy was sent through. As soon as it's broken, they can put him in a box. They know exactly where he's playing, and in the worst case, he can't get away. Nice shot by Zipan.
Paranoia as well was so well timed.
The nade too. Not only are you blind, but you have to move as well. It's so much harder to keep your crosshair pinned on those ropes and fire at the right time. When you can't see a thing, and you gotta move. Quick trade as well. NAVI, I would say keep the advantage. This defense spread thinner. Angel to be here. In fact, you may almost try to pressure after you've taken the side in towards this angle, and that's when they strike. Only 1 for now. And they know Xiao is here. He's the player that was accounted for in this play. So they're gone looking, they're gone hunting. And yet to find him, did he slip back to main? The question now running through their mind. There's the answer, but it comes at a heavy cost. Again, down to the 1v1 with NAVI still having Rolling Thunder, 15 seconds left, and here it comes. You're gonna be pushed off the site, back into a safe position, at least for Shin. But here comes the stun, and after that, the aftershock. Oh, it's gonna get a little dangerous. No, the utility's not put down. Instead, Artis swings his way around the smoke, up close, and catches the back of Shin. 6 rounds now for NAVI. Goes past the decoy, catches a player in main, slows them down yet again. Snakebite on floor, but there's a gap, and they're on their way. Reveal up and over. Catch a few, in fact, it catches most of them. Good info to play off of, and great execution! Angel's got himself a triple. and he's not even gone down.
Straight away, Angel's going to try and clear some of these close corners. They've got so many players to try and get rid of, but a bit of an unorthodox spot from the Ray is not going to be checked. He doesn't win the battle, though. Shin, however, is very quick to trade things out, but NAVI have turned this back into a winnable scenario. Zipan with the showstopper, but so low, it might not be the time to use it. He almost does it anyway, and if it's placed in the right spot in the corner, he's going to take it home. It seems like NAVI at this stage.
That's, you know, it is a nade. It's a nade that we have seen, and that's all I'll say about it. For Nade, they might not expect him to. They expect him to still be around here, and NAVI take every kill. I mean, we can't even see one because they all come in at the same damn time. Artis for his triple in 9 rounds for NAVI in what seems to be an unstoppable resurgence from this squad. Waiting for the TP.
Right, it is going to be this push. Multiple players here. Martin is already dead. It will be a trade out though. Saigetsu still somehow surviving at least a second longer than he should have done. Stun. No one can really play off it, but there is still the Rolling Thunder available for Artis. Look how far away Zipan is though. I think they were still expecting this to be a rotation back to the other side of the map, so he is a country mile away from here. This fight could be everything, and Tamazi wins it with relative ease. Artis gonna throw his ult in, might as well, but he has to clear the close angle, does do it. But look at that, Tinker's just been connected onto Tamazi, and Sugetsu, his only plan here is to be annoying, to waste time, to be in their back. Disgusting. Already, they're gonna try and get back in. Angel's found another, it's awkward, but Shin wins the fight. Still, that man is lurking in the backlines. Look how low they are. They might all go down, but instead, it's a quick trade. Shao now stuck, surrounded, has to try and isolate one, and that's exactly what he'll do. But the snake bites might have just done the job. He is sat there in the back. A second one will be going. And Shin, the time is ticking away. I don't even know if there's anything he can do at this stage. Just looks to try and get the final kill. They didn't clear this man out, and he will close out the round for NAVI. Again, they fight from a deficit, and again,
all things considered, he's still able to fight in the late round, but most importantly, they've denied that rotation for a second or two longer, and even set up a nice little angle that Tamazi somehow wins off of.
Zipan's face said it all. He was surprised as anyone. 2 players looking to try and reclaim that ground. It's going well for KC, but there's always a response. Shao is on just 1 HP. Last lease of life and already trapped, but I don't know if anybody's actually going to be able to push Artis off of the angle. The Seize was good, but they didn't get the kill, and well, you don't kill this man off, he punishes you.
Back to fighting form. Oh, nice kills though. It's only Sugetsu and he can't even run the clock down. He has to win the fights and he won't. KC come in with stingers, and I was ready to count them out, Tom. I wasn't seeing it. They've made it work for a 4.
Matchup is they have been prominent, at least in their recent match versus Gentlemates on this defensive side. They pulled out a 9-3 half of their own. Xiao, well, shouldn't be anything for him here. And unless Sugetsu's about to pop every head that comes through heaven, I can't see a way that they're able to take this one over the line. Left into a 1 versus 5, but they are going to group up and make sure he gets absolutely nothing. Still a mountain to climb for KC. 3 players currently stacked up here. Zipan, I'm sure he was hoping that would go a little bit further. They really want to try and fight this, and well, eventually he'll go down, but the trade is immediate! An Angel, like shooting fish in a barrel, takes Narate's head clean off. That fight, I don't think I've ever seen a team fight that aggressive.
Play this one as a team. Even putting the Nightfall into play, it will not catch anyone. This was looking more towards main. Magnum's closer now than he was expected to be, but that stun from Artis, his utility has been on point. This is a player that in the early days of Valorant was known for being on a team full of no-brainers, just aimers. G2 back in the day, it was painful to watch them play because they didn't give a damn about default, set strats, executes. No, they executed you. He's coming here.
With his life, counter utility put in though, plant not going to be denied, but Dimensional Drift is going to be thrown in just to get all of the information KC could ever need.
Got 2 players, well, one of them's already dead. There's the 3rd spotted and all accounted for. Good paranoia, fantastic paranoia. It didn't catch Xiao, but the bullets of Tamazi certainly did. And Artis is now, after retreating and being spotted falling back, left with no choice. He didn't have to go down. Could have ran for the hills to try to save. That would have indeed begun. The heaven fight is everything. Tight position for Xiao, some damage done. He's got some support down below in the vents. They just need to distract long enough for Sugetsu to strike, and that he will. A quick double and a clean bit of control for this side. The drop down to sight is going to be tough to follow through on. Okay, the paranoia is actually good, but look at Artis just repositioning immediately. Heaven control going to be retaken. The plant spot, not great. They do have to flood back to the side if Artis goes down, but he is holding strong. Tamazi still hadn't left Heaven. He will die there.
Perfect post plant.
Yeah, this will be a very tough round to break. They're already going in. The pace is how they want to solve it. But NAVI have answered back. Artis grabbing himself a kill, still with utility. In fact, almost a full belt of utility to play with. And as they've broken the pace of this retake, KC slow it down, start to focus on the site. Sugetsu's got his flank underway. They're buying time, and they'll buy plenty of it on the site. Artis firing away his utility. Tamazi grabs 2, but they still have to deal with Sugetsu. Still have to drop this man, and he's got a double with a pin down. The spray will not catch the kill. Tamazi has 4 kills to try and claim this, and he won't find it. Sugetsu closing it out. Fantastic play on Viper. A beautiful lurk and a beautiful game from NAVI.